If you've ever found yourself saying, "I feel guilty but I don't know why," or agreeing to things you didn't want to do just to avoid conflict, you might be under someone's influence without even realizing it. Manipulation isn't always loud. It can be quiet, subtle, and wrapped in affection. Today, I'll walk you through 5 signs that show you might be getting manipulated, and how it affects your identity, decisions, and emotional well-being. First, you constantly feel like you're the one at fault, even when you're not. The manipulator doesn't directly blame you. They twist situations to make it seem like everything that goes wrong is somehow your responsibility. You apologize often, sometimes for just having emotions. You feel bad for speaking up, for being tired, for setting a boundary. Over time, you stop sharing how you feel because every conversation turns into a guilt trip. That's not love. That's control disguised as concern. Second, your opinions slowly stop mattering. At first, they act like they care. They ask what you think, then dismiss it gently. Later they challenge your logic, then they twist your words. Eventually, you find yourself staying silent. Not because you agree, but because it's easier than dealing with their reaction. This is how manipulation takes root, not by force, but by reshaping your reality, one conversation at a time. Your voice fades because it's always being redirected. Third, you keep trying to prove that you're good enough, that you're worthy. They keep moving the finish line. You try harder. You compromise more. You work twice as much to earn half as much appreciation. What was good yesterday is suddenly not enough today. This endless game exhausts you emotionally. True connection shouldn't feel like a competition. If you feel like you're constantly chasing their approval, you're not in a relationship. You're in performance. Fourth, you're more afraid of upsetting them than protecting yourself. You avoid topics. You walk on eggshells. You feel responsible for their moods. You bend over backwards not to trigger them. You're not being careful. You're being controlled by fear. You rationalize behavior. You tell yourself you're just sensitive. You've been through a lot, but your fear doesn't die. Speaking the truth feels dangerous, and silence has become your survival act. Fifth, you no longer recognize yourself. You used to be louder. You used to trust your gut. You used to speak freely. Now you question everything. You hesitate. You wonder if you're too emotional, too sensitive, too difficult. You feel smaller, even in your own mouth. And here's the thing. Manipulators don't steal your voice overnight. They slowly wear down your sense of self until you begin editing who you are to fit their expectations. You change, not to grow, but to survive. Manipulation doesn't always look like screaming or threats. Sometimes it looks like long texts, soft voices, or fake concern. It feels like you owe them more than you should, and before you know it, you're not sure if the life you're living is yours, or just a version designed for you. But here's the truth. If you feel anxious around someone you care about, if you constantly second-guess yourself, if you can't tell where your thoughts end and their influence begins, it's time to pause. You don't have to confront them yet, but you owe it to yourself to start paying attention. Manipulation thrives in silence and confusion. The moment you start seeing clearly, the spell begins to break. Pay attention to how you feel when you're around them. That's your truth talking. Listen closely. And if any part of this resonated with you, it means you're already on the